All right, so we're going to talk about decimals here. So the first thing you have to remember about decimals is it's very, very important with your decimals. You always line them up whenever we are adding. So let's look at the first one. We have 3.24 plus 1.745. It's best to do this vertically. So I am going to put 3.24, 1.745. Notice I always line up my decimals. With this empty spot right here, I'm going to fill that in with a 0. So, we're going to simply just add, like we did in elementary school, going up and down. 0 and 5 is 5. 4 and 4 is 8. 2 and 7 makes 9. Decimal. 3 and 1 is 4. That is your answer, 4.985. And that's really easy because both numbers at the top, originally, they were both positive. So let's try now one more tricky. So in this case, we are looking at 1.205 plus a negative 1.12. So it's very important, first thing we do is we want to identify which number is bigger. Because our signs are different, we're going to actually subtract their absolute values, just like we did with integers and fractions, and we are going to assign the value of our answer with the bigger number. So we look in the ones column. They are both a 1. They both have the decimal point. We go then to the tenths. So this number on the left has a value of 2. This next one has a value of 1. So right away I know this left number has the bigger absolute value. So our answer is going to be positive. So it's very important we know that. What we're going to do now is we're going to simply do some subtraction. So we put the number with the bigger absolute value at the top. Then we align our numbers in the bottom with the decimal. Put the smaller one in the bottom. And I fill in the blank with a 0. So now we will do 5 minus 0 is 5. We have to borrow. Make that a 10, make that a 1. That will be an 8. We will then have 1 minus 1 is 0. We put our decimal. 1 minus 1 is 0. You do not have to put a 0 here. Sometimes you'll see it written, but it's not required. And in fact, in Schoology, you're going to not want to put a 0 there because of the way you enter your answer. It'll mark it incorrect. So 0.085 is the answer, and we are going to leave it positive because that's what we stated up top with the positive number having the bigger absolute value. So our final answer will be 0.085. Okay, we have one more problem here. So with 3 numbers, just like we did with fractions, we're going to focus on the 2 on the left. They're both positive, so that's easy. We're going to just say 12.1 plus 4.7. We align the decimals up. So that's an 8, decimal, 6, and 1. So we have 16.8. So I'm going to come over here, write 16.8 plus our negative 10.87. And we want to look at these. So their signs are different. So right away we know our answer is going to have a positive sign because 16.8 is the bigger absolute value as opposed to 10.87, which is the absolute value of our negative value here. So our answer will be positive. So in fact, we are going to simply subtract. So we have to now decide which one of these values is bigger, which one has a bigger absolute value, I should say. Well, 16.8 is much bigger than 10.87. So we are going to do 16.8 minus 10.87. We'll subtract. I'm going to add a 0 in. We will write the 10 because we're going to borrow. 10 minus 7 is 3. We cannot do 7 minus 8, so we will borrow once more. 17 minus 8 is 9. We have our decimal. 5 minus 0 is 5. 1 minus 1 is 0. We also know it's going to stay positive. So our final answer is 5.93. So once again, when you do these, you want to just work with the 2 on the left, get an answer. Take that answer and bring down the final third number, and then you repeat the whole process over. So if the signs are the same, we know the technique used there. If the signs are different, we also know how to use that technique too. If you have questions, let me know. Well, see you later. Bye.